We are so tired.
This is exhausting and tougher than we were expecting. We are Kim and Lee, and we are embarking on an interesting journey, and we're selling our home with no real fixed plans.
So if you've seen previous episodes, you'll know that we're deliberating about the next step. And one of the next steps is a van. So we have purchased a van. That'll be a whole nother video.
Videos.
To introduce you to the van in more detail. Because we've recognised that if we've got the van and we make it livable, it doesn't matter what happens because we'll always have the van to live in. And the van, that might be our home. Van life might be our next step as well. We're not discounting it. It's just we're kind of just eking our way through to find out what feels right at the moment.
But even if we don't live in the van, we've got a van that we can go away for long periods of time in as well. So it's a win-win, really.
Yeah. So we've got the van. It was part converted, but not in a way that would be livable for us. So we've had to strip it back almost to
the converted, insulated, boarded shell.
Yeah. And we need to rebuild it again in a way that's going to work for us. Everything else, the other things we've talked about, we've got a van to convert as well.
What comes with that, first off, is the amount of YouTube videos we've digested to get an idea of what a layout could work like in the van we've got, and all the different quirks that come with it and how people have built things.
Yeah, and just trying to work out what we're going to need in there. We've not lived in a van before, so we've got to try to imagine what our life would be like living in a van. What would we need? How would it work? What kind of equipment are we going to need? What kind of setup are we going to need? And it's a steep learning curve. We I don't know if you've seen the channel Liberation. We watched that. We've been watching that for ages. So we've seen lots and lots of van conversions.
Very inspirational.
Yeah, really inspirational. It's great to see people's van setups. But it's trying to think about how that will work for you, because what works for that one person doesn't necessarily mean it will work for us. On top of that, the van has arrived to us part converted. So it's got windows in, it's got a roof light in, which means that we have to work around those parts that are already installed. So you can't just necessarily do what you want because things might not fit because of the other additions.
Okay, so the next thing to do with the van is the extra stuff we need to do. So we're talking updating the electrics, because it's not good at upgrading the electrics actually, because it's not good enough to run in a living state. It might be okay for a weekend. It's got no toilet or shower. The bed was not set up right. The kitchen area didn't have a hob or a sink. So we've now got to look at three major things: water, so wastewater and freshwater storage. We've got to build the shower enclosure and get a toilet. We've got to get cupboards, decide on the hob we're going to have, gas or electric, and
just try and guess our electric needs before we start. And this is a steep learning curve because this is our first intro to off-grid kind of setup. And we'll probably get it wrong, and we'll probably make mistakes, and we'll probably, get some of the wrong kit and probably wish we did some stuff differently. But what I've learned is sometimes you just have to start, because otherwise you can just spend your time procrastinating and going around in circles. And we've spoken to a lot of people, we've watched lots of YouTubes, and everyone tells you a little bit different. And it's hard to know which is best. So we've just committed to a decision and going with it. Mm-hmm. And it might be that could end up costing us more in the long run, or it might not work, it might not be enough. But with everything that we've got going on, we have to just start.
Okay, and the other thing that comes with that, and this is quite a big one, is I'm a handyman, so can I do the work myself? but that involves needing time. And if we have time, I'm not earning money to pay for the house we're still in,
or pay for the van conversion bits.
or pay for the van conversion bits. Or the other option is
Do we pay someone else?
pay someone else who's got the skills and more experience of it, so probably going to do it a bit quicker and probably know what they're doing a bit better.
And we found with that, there's different lead times, different turnaround times.
Different costs.
Yeah, like, trusting if they can understand the vision and go through what we want to do, trying to find the right person to do it. Yeah.
And it's down to like when you get a quote, people will quote for different brands of equipment because we all get used to brands we like. So it's deciding which one will work for us in our old system, and yeah, it's tough.
And back to the old time question, or not question, issue we mentioned at the start, is we don't know what timescale we've got to get the van ready in, because we don't know a completion date. We're nowhere near knowing when the completion's likely to be yet. We know roughly it might be July, August. I'm not too sure. Could still be September. But I guess we need to go for the worst case scenario that in July we have to have a van that we can move into, which doesn't leave much time at all because we're now into June. We are now into June. So
don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and press that little bell so you get notifications on our next video that comes out, because who knows what next video will be.
And remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be.
You've got to trust the process.